what goes on in California has a flow-on effect to the rest of the US, but it also has an effect to us. So if you guys get the lawful, the Protection of Lawful Commerce Act, I just can't get the correct wording, but you know, the one that protects firearm manufacturers from sued for criminal misuse. You can still sue them for defective product, whatever, but for criminal misuse. If that ever gets up, and the Senate elections in Georgia right now or coming up could be the difference in that being repealed, that will have a flow-on effect to even us here in Australia. So manufacturers in the US, they'll be driven out of business. And, you know, the rest of the world probably couldn't survive on Lithgow rifles and CZ and Glock pistols and Beretta shotguns. So, you know, and then for your sake, you wouldn't be able to import them because those companies aren't going to set up in the US and import them either. So it would have a devastating effect on the entire industry around the world. And you can be sure that Biden, Harris, and that crazy guy out of Texas that wants to take all your ARs and AKs, you know, you need to have a firewall between yourselves and those guys, because it wouldn't take much. You know, one lawsuit that they win, and you know, your insurance for a firearm manufacturer is going to be off the table, and then all the firearm manufacturers say, well, we're going to go and make paper clips instead. You guys need to learn a lesson of what not to do, which was allow laws. And California's a classic example. You know, you're almost as bad as us. You can't let that disease spread across the rest of the US. And I can tell you the likes of Bloomberg and Soros and co, Bloomberg's spending millions. He's spending money like you and I would buy a beer. You know, we go out for dinner and we buy a couple of beers. He puts a couple of $1 million down for an advertising campaign for you know, a Senate seat somewhere. Yeah, for him, it's nothing. I mean, the guy is.
It really is amazing how badly our side gets outspent. You know, we're constantly clamoring for money, and it seems like the other side, you know, just has, you know, endless deep pockets. It's really, really amazing.
Well, in the fight against that, and I'm going to make a plea to your viewers, and this is a challenge to everyone that's watching this, not just yourself, but all your shooting buddies. The upcoming Senate elections, there's 2 Senate seats in Georgia, and this is for all the marbles, right? This is for all the marbles. Those 2 seats in Georgia, if you live anywhere else, donate to win, red.org, I think it is, or anyone that's doing some political activism with these upcoming elections in Georgia. You know, those 2 seats, if the Senate flips, they'll have the House, the Senate, and the presidency. You know, welcome to Australia is what I'm going to predict. Welcome to lawful commerce and arms laws being repealed. Welcome to all sorts of things. You know, so it is for all the marbles. This is about your gun rights. Once you lose them, you'll just remember Australia. So if you're watching this and you're not doing something, if you're in Georgia, make sure you're doing something. If you're outside of Georgia, make sure you're donating. This is for all the marbles.
When for those listening, when David and I spoke before the interview, he said that the election in Georgia to him was the most important thing in the Second Amendment world right now. The most important thing in the Second Amendment world right now to an Australian who's fighting for the rights of gun owners is the Senate election in Georgia.